Kirby and the Forgotten Land released on March 25th and promised a brand new grand Kirby adventure. But is this truly a new Kirby experience worth your time and money? Keep watching this 89 Games review to find out. Before we jump into the gameplay details, let me just give a short answer to that question I just asked. If you're like me and grew up with Kirby All-Stars on the Super Nintendo and Kirby's Dream Land on the Game Boy, then you will enjoy the nostalgia and modern upgrades to the series that this game brings. Or if you've never played a Kirby game before, this is an excellent introduction to the Kirby series. However, if you're looking for an open world experience or a Super Mario Odyssey style game, you're probably not going to enjoy Kirby and the Forgotten Land's linear gameplay. This iteration of Kirby has stayed true to Kirby's easy gameplay and difficulty level, and though there is Wild Mode, which is technically more challenging than Spring Breeze Mode, it is definitely not hard. While the game will throw some timed challenges your way and sometimes cleverly hide secrets, most of the challenges can be completed after only a few tries if you didn't get it on the first try, and the same goes for finding the secrets. At the end of each level, you'll be shown one of the objectives you failed to complete, which will usually make this objective easy to complete the second time through. The game is relatively short, less than 15 hours on a blind playthrough to complete the story. If you want to do everything, you might eke out 20 hours, but for many players it will probably take much less time. Now, with those negatives out of the way, let's get positive. What does Kirby and the Forgotten Land get right? First off, the core gameplay loop of entering a level, solving its puzzles, and rescuing Waddle Dees, while short, provides a relaxing and entertaining experience. Each stage's environment is unique and has its own quirks that can make it exciting to see what comes next, and you can play with a friend, which adds to the fun as well. Finding all the Waddle Dees, blueprints for ability upgrades, and hidden objectives adds a little bit of challenge, as some of these can be easy to miss, and finding some of them include timed challenges as well. You will probably find yourself going back and replay some levels in order to collect all the Waddle Dees and secrets, as some of the secret objectives especially can be rather hard to find on the first playthrough. If you're a completionist, you may enjoy going back to get these, but if you're just playing casually, I wouldn't worry too much about finding everything, besides maybe the blueprints, before moving on to the next level. You will rescue enough of the Waddle Dees just playing that you shouldn't be left out of any of the upgrades to Waddle Dee Town. The new Mouthful mode creates a lot of interesting and fun gameplay experiences. Running through the different challenges and races with Carmouth, for instance, are some of the best experiences I had while playing through Kirby and the Forgotten Land. But you also get to glide through the air, pilot boats, shoot pop cans as a vending machine, become a water balloon, and more. The Mouthful mode is the star feature of this new Kirby game, and I think Nintendo did a good job implementing it and providing plenty of opportunities to play with it. One of the areas Nintendo used the new Mouthful modes in was the bonus stages. As you play, you will unlock Treasure Road stages where you will have to use a particular ability or Mouthful mode to complete it within a time limit. These stages provide many unique challenges and sometimes teach you new things about the ability that you're using. They are also a nice change of pace from the regular game, and can also be a challenge if you want to beat the target time. Doing so doesn't reward you with anything besides some coins, so beating the time isn't really necessary. But completing the stage within a time limit rewards you with a rare stone, which is used to upgrade copy abilities back in Waddle Dee Town. Waddle Dee Town is your central hub where you will find Kirby's house, the weapon shop to upgrade abilities in, several mini-games, and the Coliseum. You won't start with all this though, as you rescue more Waddle Dees, more buildings will be constructed in town. The different mini-games that will be available are fun to play, but don't provide any real benefit to you. They are just there for something different to do. I wish they had given better incentives or some cool rewards for these, but really they're just there for the high scores. The Coliseum though, that gives you worthwhile rewards. The Coliseum is a boss rush, including bosses that you have come across in the main adventure. The first time you complete it, you will receive a blueprint, coins, and a rare stone. Each subsequent time will reward you with a rare stone and some coins, so this is a good way to get an extra rare stone if you find yourself short on getting an ability upgraded. Later on, you can unlock a bigger Coliseum battle that will reward you with another unique reward. This boss rush mode is a lot of fun, especially when you try it with all the different copy abilities. I would not call Kirby and the Forgotten Land's gameplay challenging overall, but it is still fun if you know the experience isn't meant to be overly difficult. It's a Kirby game, exactly what you would expect. The addition of the Mouthful mode and the new copy ability upgrades adds more variety and a new experience to the franchise, but this iteration of Kirby does not stray far from previous Kirby games or do anything groundbreaking. Like I said, it's fun for what it is, and a great starting place for kids just getting into video games, but I just wish we had gotten more of an open world to explore. Kirby and the Forgotten Lands gameplay gets a 7 out of 10. If you're finding this video helpful, please hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks. When it comes to the graphics, Kirby and all his friends and enemies look great in crisp HD. The environments are all very colorful, lighthearted, and fun. I never noticed any issues with frame rate, as the gameplay was smooth and responsive my whole playthrough. The visual effects from the different abilities were all really cool to see, as were those in the boss fights. The graphics receive a 9 out of 10. A lot of the classic and nostalgic Kirby themes are present alongside some new music as well. Even the sound effects are mostly the same from older Kirby games, albeit crisper than they were in the past. It seems as though Nintendo was definitely trying to pull us in with the nostalgia, or just didn't want to try anything too different from what we expect in a Kirby game. The sound receives a score of 8 out of 10. Kirby in the Forgotten Land, while adding a few new mechanics and taking place in a different environment than previous games, lands short of being a departure from the standard Kirby formula. That said, depending on your perspective, this could be a good thing, or a bad thing. As I said earlier, I would have liked an open world experience and a little bit more complexity to the building of Waddle Dee Town, but that's just my opinion. Kirby in the Forgotten Land is a good game, just maybe not what I had hoped for. It gets an 89 game score of 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.